What's up, family? Welcome back to yet another valuable episode. Now, today we are analyzing this markets for this week. We're gonna focus them quite beautifully. Guys, I'm so happy and excited for this week. Money is gonna be made. This is the week of the 12th to the 16th of January, and that's exactly what we're trying to predict here. Now, let's just jump straight into this, right? I'm gonna use DXY in correlation to gold. So negative correlation there. Then I'm gonna use uh, the US 10-year or the US government bonds, the 10-year yield in negative correlation to Nasdaq. And I'm gonna teach you exactly why I do that. But nevertheless, I just want to tell you this week money will be made. It is a thing that you have to tell yourself every single morning that my eyes can see opportunities in the markets. They will not miss it. Eh? I will make money in this market. You have to tell yourself, otherwise, that day will go by its own default and it might not be exactly what you want from this market. Anyway, let's get started over here. Now, I do like the structure of DXY. Reason being, let's go over here. Daily time frame, we can already see that we took liquidity over there. Beautiful, it's quite clear. We took liquidity, therefore we can see that we actually got resisted around about here. Okay, after taking liquidity, we just swept it, went all the way down. We have a change of character, beautiful change of character. Okay, there we go. It's a nice change of character. We do have a lot of BOS, break of structure. There we go. That has been confirming to us that based off the daily time frame, this has been a bearish structure. Now I see here we did take a bit of liquidity. There we go. Okay. We did take a bit of liquidity and we are over here on the last lower high. And I just want to take this last lower high and we can see that is a beautiful supply level that we are sitting on DXY or on the dollar index. Okay. And we can see currently we have created a bearish engulfing. So I do like this bearish engulfing that I'm seeing. It gives me a good signal when a market imprints with a candlestick pattern on a supply zone and it has taken liquidity. We have imbalance as well over here. Let me point it out. Where's my arrow? Do I have such an arrow here? I don't believe I have, but we do have imbalance here that is pointed out for us. So it was filled together with that fair value gap and we're going down. We can go further to the 4H and you can see how clear this is now. Of course, my daily time frame analysis looks a bit messy, but it's quite clear. It looks less cryptic in terms of structure. We can see that we did hit that supply zone and we currently as well selling. We did create a morning star over here, so or rather an evening star. So I do like the formation that I'm seeing, and therefore I'm confident that the dollar can be losing quite strength this week. I'm not sure in terms of targets. I don't trade the DXY. I'm not sure if anyone does trade the DXY, but this is exactly what I'm seeing over here, possibly all the way to these levels. Might be Friday, depending on momentum. Now let's go to DXY. Since we see that DXY and gold, they perfectly align in terms of negative correlation. Other pairs, it tends to mess up this negative correlation. So I do like it so much in gold. We did establish last week that we did have this break of structure right here, and the market was going to use that as a break and retest. As you can see, look at that, break and retest, and that's exactly what happened. It was a simple a simple move, man. If I would say that, it was just a simple move. The market broke violently, came back to retest right at 50%, and we're going up, and it was a simple prediction. Now we've created an all-time high on gold, an all-time high on gold, and I do love trading with this. As you can see, we are now breaking off that structure of today's candle on Monday. I'm analyzing in the morning of that Monday, and probably this video will be sent forth to you guys on YouTube round about in the afternoon or just before afternoon. Okay, as you can see, break of structure. I want to go to the 4H because there's not much information we can get on the daily, but structure is quite beautiful, man. Last week was quite beautiful. We killed NFP, by the way. I love the free strategy that we posted for 2026. You guys got to kill NFP, so I'm glad for that, guys. I'm glad for everybody that killed it. And if you didn't kill it, you don't know how to kill it, you don't know how to trade any news or even technicals, guys, we have free mentorship available for you guys. Our advanced trading course is officially for free. All you have to do to be eligible to see that you're a serious trader and you want to change your life, just fund an account of $500 under our Vintage Markets link. Once you're funded, send us proof of that, and you get to qualify to be in our advanced trading course as well as our mentorship Discord. We will send you high probability trade setups as well as just, education that's going to turn into skill over time. Now, I want to bring my attention here. I do like the break and retest, but I would like to sort of wait for this to start to pull back. Then I can just see exactly where we are buying into. But obviously, something that has broken out has to soon pull back. It can pull back into these levels right here. Instead of using this breaker, it can use this previous one and then actually go all the way up. So it can be using this one. I'm gonna have to wait for confirmation of entry here in order to rather take a trade on gold, but the direction is quite clear. We continue on buys until we're proven otherwise. In that otherwise, I mean, if we break this higher low right here, unless we're gonna create more higher lows, but if we break this higher low at this current moment, then that would be a change of character and indication of sales. But so far, based off the DXY, is that we can be expecting buys, and in this case, of course, buys on gold and then sells on DXY. So entries, I'm not quite sure. I would have to lie then about an entry. So we will have to monitor this one. Probably I'll update you guys based on the week. Please look out for the school of entries during the week, guys. We take trades that we took off the mentorship and we break them down for you on exactly how we did it and exactly how we got those trades for your knowledge to be educated in that. Now, let me go into the US government bonds, the 10-year. Remember, guys, when it comes into indexes, it's a basket full of stocks, full of bonds, and full of, yeah, stocks, bonds, full of those things. I think it's about three stuff. I forgot the other one. So this one is a very good indication of what happens. Oh, full of stocks, full of shares, full of bonds. There we go. Yeah. So let me go into the daily time frame here. It is quite clear yet again um, what we see for this focused. I mean, the structure is quite clear to the eye. Let me show you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is quite clear. For me, this is a nice inverted head and shoulder. If you can just see it quite well, we have this shoulder right here, we have the shoulder, we have the head. So this is a nice inverted head and shoulder. We have the neckline, sort of that, if we're gonna go into that direction. But though I don't trade such, I do acknowledge them in the sense that when I see them, I know how they work in correlation to smart money. Now, with BOS right there, we can clone that because we did have another BOS. There we go. And then, of course, we had that we didn't break structure until at this point, so we're still sort of on that neckline in terms of structure. Let's just throw it. So we're still round about here, guys. We haven't broken that. And my indication to this is that we can be expecting this to push all the way here till we're proven wrong in terms of that supply. We can actually be using this supply. Let me show you. So of course, given the pattern that I'm seeing over here, we did have that BOS. Of course, we had that lower low and it filled in, let me just use rectangular here. It filled in that nice demand zone. That's quite clear that we're still buying. I would say this is, I wouldn't qualify this as a change of character, guys. So, but what I can see on this market, the way it is that we can sort of do something like this and sell. But what I see is that we can actually be retesting and again, and then of course go further up. Given what I'm seeing here within this, it can also be a nice work-off schematic. I don't have time to list it, but if you screenshot this and search work-off schematic, you will see exactly what I'm saying. You know, yeah, everything that has to do with a market change. So I do see that on the US government bonds. And then we go all the way to Nasdaq. Now we can predict it nicely. The structure is quite clear. Remember last week I was a bit unclear about what structure can do, but I was still leaning on to the bullish side. And it didn't disappoint, guys. It went all the way to this supply level because it was, I believe it was here. Yes, it was around about here last week on the 2nd of January or 5th of January. We were around about here. And I said, if we can close on this candle, right about this candle, if we can close bullish, we're going further bullish. And now we're somewhere right here. We might be closing with a bearish Herman this Monday, and then we can actually close off. But structure now, it looks somewhat, I would say, still ranging because there's no clear change of character that has been broken from my perspective. Again, you're welcome to say your perspective in the markets. From my own perspective, I wouldn't say this has changed any character per se, but I can acknowledge that we do have the supply right here. Okay, and I was actually looking at this supply during the week last week, and I was doubting myself. I'm like, it's not gonna hit this week. So we have that fair value gap. I mean, that liquidity that was taken. Let's go into this. 4H, you can see it's a less cryptic now. Okay, even though the candlesticks are very cryptic, most of us will know what's happening here. It just happens when a lot of things are happening in the market in terms of gaps, holidays, and so forth. Liquidity catching up. This is exactly what happens. So as you can see, it tapped into that on the daily. It makes sense. It tapped into that, and we can be selling. We did have a morning star or evening star. Why do I keep on calling it morning? Evening star candlestick. We did have a bearish Herman candlestick over here as well. So I can be confident that we're actually selling on the basis of the negative correlation as well. I can be confident that Nasdaq can be selling. Now, in terms of entry, let's see how we can navigate into this uncharted waters of Nasdaq. Now, I'd want just a break. I'd want a break of this. This mic is misbehaving. Okay. I'd want a break of this low. Then once this low is broken, then I can be quite more confident. But yeah, I'm confident we're gonna be selling below here and then pull back and then actually target all of these lows at this point. This could be a nice swing trade when it hits this zone, guys. Let me just switch off those days of the week. This can be a nice swing trade when it hits that point, then we start buying. But so far, let's focus on the sales that will be coming up. That's exactly what I see on gold. I mean, on Nasdaq so far, due to the correlation, negative correlation that it has with the US government bonds. And then for gold, I see clear buys, guys. It is screaming buys. Do not miss out on the opportunity to trade with us. Change your life, guys. It is absolutely for free. You are gonna fund your account either way. You might as well fund it with us and trade with us, gain the knowledge, lifetime access, guys, to that knowledge, to myself. I will be your mentor as of that day forth. But nevertheless, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this focused. I will see you guys on the next one. God bless.